Are you ready to take control of your finances? Let's dive into the first step of creating a budget from scratch. This journey begins with a clear assessment of your current financial situation. It's all about understanding where you stand. So, gather all your financial documents, pay stubs, bank statements, and the like. You'll need to take a good look at your income, expenses, and any outstanding debts. Remember, a clear understanding of your financial situation is the foundation of your budget. With a clear financial picture, you can now establish your financial goals. These goals might be short-term, like saving for a holiday, or long-term, like planning for retirement. It's important to be specific, realistic, and to set a timeline for each goal. Now, let's talk expenses. This is where tracking comes in handy. By categorizing your expenses into buckets like housing, food, transportation, and leisure, you can clearly see where your money is going. How about using a budgeting tool? Apps and spreadsheets are great for this. They help you record every dollar you spend, making it easier to identify trends and potential areas for savings. And here's a quick tip. Don't forget to account for those small, incidental purchases. They might seem insignificant, but when added up, they can take a big chunk out of your budget. Remember, having clear financial goals and tracking your expenses are key steps in budgeting. Managing your money starts with understanding where it goes. So let's take control and make our money work for us. Now that you have your expenses in front of you, it's time to prioritize and cut where necessary. Start by calculating your monthly income. This is the sum of all your earnings for the month. Once you have this number, you can start allocating it towards your expense categories. Prioritizing is key here. Always ensure essential expenses like rent, utilities, and groceries are covered before anything else. Now let's talk about cutting back. Take a good hard look at your expenses. Are there areas where you could spend less? Maybe you're ordering takeout more often than you need to, or your subscription services are piling up. Remember, even the smallest changes can make a significant impact over time. Don't be too hard on yourself if you can't cut back a lot at first. The goal is to make sustainable changes that you can stick to in the long run. Trimming unnecessary expenses is a powerful way to make your money work for you. With a leaner budget, you can now focus on building an emergency fund and paying off debts. It's all about preparing for the unexpected and freeing yourself from the burden of owing money. Building an emergency fund should be a priority. Life is unpredictable, and having a safety net can be a game changer when you're faced with unexpected expenses. Aim to save at least 3 to 6 months' worth of living expenses. It might seem like a daunting task, but remember, every little bit counts. It's always better to start sooner rather than later. Now let's talk about debts. It's time to devise a plan to start clearing them. Prioritize paying off high-interest debts first, such as credit cards. These can rapidly become a financial black hole if not addressed promptly. While doing so, ensure you're still making at least the minimum payments on your other debts to avoid incurring additional fees or damaging your credit score. Finally, remember that budgeting is not a set-it-and-forget-it task. It's an ongoing process that requires regular reviews and adjustments. As your income changes, as your goals evolve, as life happens, your budget should adapt as well. Remember, budgeting is an ongoing process, but with patience and discipline, you can take control of your finances and achieve your goals.